That wouldn't be courteous. Now finish up and I'll get your lunch for you.
Oh, contains iron and zinc. Hey, Mom, isn't iron a metal?
Iron? Yes, it is.
And isn't zinc a metal?
Yes.
And Mom, aren't metals found in rocks?
Well, most of them are, yes. You finished yet?
Yeah, I'm all finished.
All right, here's your lunch. Now don't forget, I have a doctor's appointment this afternoon, and I'm not sure how long I'm going to be. So if I'm not home by the time you get home, you'll let yourself in, all right?
All right.
Have you got your key?
I got my key.
Okay, all set?
All set. Kiss the moon.
Kiss the sun. Have a good day, dear.
Bye-bye.
Robert!
What?
Lunch!
Oh, oops. Oh, I forget my head if it wasn't screwed on. How much time do I got?
You've got 9 minutes.
And it's a 6-minute walk.
That's right.
Uh-oh, I better hurry. Goodbye.
Watch over my son today, God, as you do every day. Hold him in the palm of your hand and carry him through unharmed. Amen.
This can't be. How can it be? I mean, I used a condom and you're on the pill. Do you mean to tell me that a sperm penetrated through all of that?
I guess he did.
But he had to be shot through a bloody cannon to do that.
Simon, these things happen sometimes.
No, they don't. Not through a condom and the pill, they don't. I mean, what the hell have I got? Laser sperm?
Well, the test said I'm pregnant.
Well, how reliable are those home pregnancy tests anyway? I mean, who makes those things? They're made in Hong Kong by Chinese dissidents. These people are annoyed enough to begin with. Maybe they're looking to spoil someone else's day.
Is that what this has done, Simon? Spoiled your day?
Well, Holly, come on. Really? I mean, look at our situation. I'm a professor, you were my student. How's that going to look?
Maybe you should have thought of that before you unzipped.
Oh, fine. That's wonderful. Be crass about the whole thing.
Well, I don't see what's wrong with the situation anyways. I mean, we didn't start seeing each other until this year. We weren't dating when I was in your class.
All right. All right. Then how about the other aspect of the situation? I'm married.
You're separated.
A technicality at best. If my wife finds out about this, she'll use it against me in the divorce proceedings. She'll claim that I was seeing you while you were still my student. She'll use it as leverage to get a bigger settlement.
Shit! I forgot to pay my phone bill again this month. Damn it!
Holly, I think this is a little more urgent than your bloody phone bill.
I need a phone, Simon, so I can call my landlord and tell him I can't pay my rent this month.
Holly, can we set aside your financial straits for one moment to discuss the larger concern?
I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. I'm gonna miss my bus.
What? Your bus? Who cares about your bus? How can you go to work with this hanging in the air? It needs to be discussed.
It's my first day. I can't call in sick on my first day. Where the hell did I put that bus pass? God!
You know what? I don't even know why you took this job. You're overqualified. I mean, you've got a teaching degree for God's sake.
And if I could find a teaching job, Simon, I'd take it. But I can't find one, can I? And I've got to make money somehow, especially now.
Well, we need to talk about this. When are we going to talk?
I'll come over to your apartment after work. We can talk then.
My apartment? No, I don't think that's a good idea.
Why not?
Well, you're pregnant.
And?
Well, what if my wife finds out I had a pregnant woman in my apartment?
Nobody knows I'm pregnant. Do you think pregnant women give off a scent?
No. I just think, in the circumstances, it would be best if we maintained a little distance until we decide what we're going to do about this.
Do? There's not much we can do.
Well, can explore options.
I'm having this baby, Simon, so don't even think about options.
Holly, having a baby is an enormous responsibility.
Yeah? Well, not having it is a pretty big one, too.
But look at you. You're behind in your rent, you forget to pay bills, you're always losing things. You're not the most responsible person on earth, you know?
I'll get by. Where the hell did I put that thing?
And what about us?
What about us?
Well, have you given any thought to the effect a baby's going to have on our relationship?
Of course not. I haven't had time to.
Well, let's give it some thought right now, then.
Oh yes, let's do.
Well, a baby changes the framework of the relationship, doesn't it?
The framework?
What the relationship is built on, yes, the infrastructure. One time it was built on companionship, on similar likes and dislikes.
On sex.
That would be one of the similar likes, yes. But a pregnancy changes that. The entire fabric of the relationship, its reason for being, is altered.
You don't want to be with me if a baby's involved.
I do want to be with you, but a child is not something I'm prepared to take on at this point.
I think you just said what I just said.
Holly, look, I've got my wife's lawyers on my back. My position at the university is being reevaluated for next term. My plate is full.
This isn't a faculty meeting, Simon. It's a baby.
That's not how I meant it. God, you're making me feel like every heel who's ever gotten a woman pregnant and then had to decide that he didn't want to stay in the relationship. Do you think that's an easy thing to do? I mean, I love you. I do. You've enriched my life in more ways than I can say. But I will not let my personal and professional lives be derailed by a substandard birth control pill and a faulty prophylactic.
Gee, Simon, we've been seeing each other for 6 months now, and the first time you tell me you love me is when you tell me you're breaking up with me. Is that supposed to cushion the blow?
It just came out.
Uh-huh. So I guess we've talked about it then, haven't we? Was that the talk? Yeah, well, like I said, I've got a bus to catch.
Well, let me drive you.
No, we're going in different directions. So, should I keep you updated on this? Or do you even want to know what's going
Of
on?
course I want to know. I want to know everything. I'll call you.
Good.
Good.
And good luck with the wife and the divorce and all that.
I wish you wouldn't do that.
Do what?
Nice. You're being nice. It makes me feel worse.
Well, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to scream? Tell you to get the hell out?
You have no idea how difficult this is for me, Holly. I treasured our relationship. I was inspired by you, by your youth, by your vitality, by the mere fact that someone like you could feel something for me, feel enough to make love to me the way you did. It rejuvenated me.
Well, that didn't take long.
What did?
You were already talking about us in the past tense.
I'm an English professor. Proper usage of the language is a habit.
Get the hell out.
What?
Get the hell out! Son of a bitch.
Wait! Stop! Wait for me! Hey! Wait! Oh no! How did I miss it? I had 9 minutes to get here. And it's a 6-minute walk. 9 take away 6 is 4. I should have been here 4 minutes early. Oh, I think all those rocks I've been eating have been slowing me down. Hey, if you're here to catch the University Avenue bus, you just missed it. I missed it too. I should have been here on time, but I'm not as fast as I used to be. Or maybe it's when I stopped to look at the dogs in Mr. Webster's pet store window. Well, don't cry. Another one will be along in 10 minutes. Do you know Mr. Webster's pet store? It's 3 blocks that way. And sometimes, on my way home from work, he lets me walk one of the dogs because they need the exercise. I'm Robert. What's your name?
Holly.
Holly. Ooh, any relation to Buddy Holly?
You're kidding, right?
No, my mom has an album of Buddy Holly's. He's kind of a funny looking guy, but I like a few of his songs though.
Holly is my first name. Holly Fitch.
Oh, so you're not related?
No.
That'll be the day.
What?
Oh, that'll be the day. That's one of the Buddy Holly songs I like. I've never seen you here before. Are you going to work?
Yes.
Where do you work?
Sports Universe.
How long have you worked there?
It's my first day. You know, I'm sorry, but I'm really not in the mood for conversation right now.
Oh, okay. Wow, I've never been to Sports Universe. Oh. Hey, what's it like there? Oh, is it big? I mean, the universe is so huge. Sports Universe must be really big.
Excuse me? I said I didn't feel like talking. Do you understand?
Maybe, baby.
What?
That's the other Buddy Holly song I like. I work at Copycats. We make copies of things for people, like pictures and letters and flyers, but I don't actually do the copying though. Tom and Anthony, they do the copying because they're better at the machines, but I do all the paperwork. That's why I've never seen you here before,
Why?
because it's your first day.
Oh, right.
Oh, look at the billboard ad up there. Before the furniture ad, they had an ad for women's underwear. And the woman wearing it, she had blonde hair, and she was pretty.
Yeah, well, they don't often put us homely girls up on billboards.
No, they sure don't. So what are you gonna do at your job?
Well, it's my first day, so I'll probably be the company fuck-up.
Ooh, what's that?
What?
What you just said, what is that?
Well, you know, someone who can't do anything right. Someone who messes up all the time. I'll lose her.
Oh.
I guess I'll be selling stuff.
Ooh, selling what?
Well, it's a sports store, so chances are it'll be sports related.
Oh, like baseball gloves, and
Yes?
hockey sticks,
Yes?
and basketballs?
You're not gonna go through the entire inventory, are you?
I don't know what that means.
What, inventory?
Yeah,
You don't know what inventory is.
no.
Well, it's everything that a store sells.
Oh, like tennis rackets,
Yes.
and golf clubs,
Yes.
and footballs?
Yes. You mean you really don't know what inventory is?
I do now.
But you said you did all that paperwork at that copy place.
Oh, I sure do. I load all the paper in the machines when they're empty. And I stack the paper in the storeroom when the trucks deliver it.
Oh.
And I clean up too, and I make the coffee. Oh, I do a lot of stuff. I like sports. I used to play baseball when I was a little kid.
That's nice.
Ooh,
Ow!
punch bug, no punch backs. There it goes, see? Oh, I had to quit though because the other kids were being mean.
What?
Baseball. Mom says I should stick to it, but I wasn't having any fun, so I quit. But I like going to the games though. Mom used to take me to the games, but this year she's too tired to take me to any.
You can't go by yourself?
No, I might forget my way home. But when I got my job, Mom rode the bus with me every day until she was sure I knew my way.
Can I ask you something?
Okay,
How old are you?
35.
35.
I don't seem 35, do I?
Well,
Well, it's because I'm slow.
slow?
I'm slow in my brain. It's because I fell out of a boat and I almost drowned it. And it did something to my brain. That's why I forget sometimes. And I have trouble with numbers. But big numbers, you know, over 10.
When did this happen to you?
When I was 6, my dad and me, we were fishing, and he caught a fish and he brought it into the boat, and it scared me. And I stood up to get away from it, and I fell in.
Do you remember that?
No, my mom told me about it. So, are you feeling better?
About what?
Well, about missing your bus. You're not crying anymore, so I figured you must be feeling better.
Well, I wasn't crying because I missed the bus. And yes, I am feeling better, but I'm sure that'll pass. It always does.
Well, what were you crying about? Did you lose something?
It's private, okay?
Oh, okay. Oh, did you bang your shin? Because that really hurts.
It's private.
Okay. Well, I don't cry.
Well, good for you.
Mom says if we cry, people will take advantage of you. She says we gotta stay strong.
Well, sometimes that's easier said than done.
What does that mean?
Easier said than done?
Yeah.
Well, it means that sometimes it's easier to say you'll do something than it is to actually do it.
Oh, like saying you'll eat all your Brussels sprouts.
Yes, something like that.
Or like keeping a promise.
Yes, that too.
I asked God to promise to make my mom better, but she's still not feeling well. I guess it was easier said than done.
Well, what's wrong with her?
She's tired all the time.
Oh, well, maybe that's because she's getting older. When people get older, they don't have as much energy.
What do you got for lunch?
Lunch? Oh shit! I forgot my lunch.
Uh-oh.
Damn it.
Would you like half of mine?
No, that's okay.
But you're not going to go without lunch, are you?
No, I'll just get something there.
Really?
Yes,
Are you sure?
yes, I'm sure.
Okay. I was just worried about you, that's all. I mean, if you don't have lunch, you're going to be hungry all afternoon, and you won't be able to do your job properly. And if you don't do your job properly, they may give your job to somebody else. And you gotta have a job, because if you don't have a job, you won't have any self-esteem.
Self-esteem.
Right.
Do you know what that is?
What?
Self-esteem.
It's pride.
Right. Well, thank you for worrying about me.
That's okay.
It's very refreshing, actually.
Oh, look, here comes the bus. Has it been 10 minutes? I told you 10 minutes.
Yes, it has.
I told you 10 minutes.
Punch bug, no punch backs.
Right there, Claire. Just have a seat.
Thank you, Dr. Andrews.
I thought this might be a little more comfortable than that sterile old examining room.
You've got some bad news.
What?
Well, you brought me in here when you told me about the cancer, and now you've brought me in here again.
It's just a complication, that's all.
But I thought the radiation treatments worked. You said it was in remission.
And it is.
Well, then what's the complication?
Well, it's called myocarditis. It's an inflammation of the heart muscle. Probably from all the radiation treatments. That's why you're experiencing the shortness of breath and the fatigue.
Is it dangerous?
Well, right now it's not too bad. But in some instances, it can lead to congestive heart failure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you on some medication and reduce your heart's workload, and we'll see if that does the trick. But I need you to rest, all right? And I mean rest, Claire. Bad rest.
Yes, but Robert has to be taken care of.
Now, never mind about Robert. Robert can do things for himself. Get him to wait on you for a change. Let him cook for you.
But he'll forget to turn off the stove. He always forgets to turn off the stove.
Then remind him. All you need to do is remind him, and he'll do it.
All right. All right, Phil.
Now, one thing I have to tell you, Claire, is that if the cancer resurfaces in the next few months, the myocarditis would make surgery a question mark. Your heart might not be able to take it.
But if I can't have the surgery and I need it, then
Well,
what's
that's why I'm putting you on the medication, so we can see if we can make this heart thing go away. All right?
all right?
Good.
Is that all?
That's it, and we'll see you again next week.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Andrews.
And don't forget, lots of rest.
Lots of rest. Right.
What's the matter, Claire?
What am I going to do about Robert?
What?
If I die, when I die, I have to figure out who's going to care for Robert.
Now, we definitely don't need to think about that right now.
Oh, but we do. We most certainly do. He can't live by himself, cook for himself. He'll leave the stove on. He'll burn the place down.
Claire,
Well, he will. Or he'll go out for some reason and he won't be able to find his way back. No, he has to be with someone. Someone who knows his needs.
well, do you have any relatives, any brothers or sisters?
No. My only sister died 7 years ago now.
What about close friends?
Well, there's Mary Ann. We play cribbage once a week, but she's older than I am. She couldn't be expected to take on someone like Robert.
Well, there are facilities for cases like Robert's.
Facilities?
Yes,
You mean an institution?
yes, and there's some very good ones out there, Claire. You shouldn't be misled by all the stories that you hear.
Well, then why do we hear all the stories?
Claire,
Well, why? We wouldn't be hearing about them if there wasn't any truth to them. You know, we heard all the stories of Elizabeth Taylor and Eddie Fisher. Nobody believed them. Next thing you know, poor Debbie Reynolds.
Claire, I can assure you, this is nothing like that.
Do you think Robert would wind up in an institution?
Well, if no other alternatives can be found, and Robert proves unable to cope, then the authorities might not have a choice.
I see.
But Claire, you're getting way ahead of yourself here. We've got the cancer on the run, and the medication might be all your heart needs, all right?
But you said if it comes back in the next couple of months?
Well, let's just wait and see.
Wait and see. That's the hardest part, isn't it?
I'm sure it is.
You're very kind, Dr. Adams. Thank you. But the truth is, I am going to die.
Claire,
Well, maybe tomorrow, maybe 2 months from now, maybe a year. But I am going to die. And if I don't make sure that Robert's going to be taken care of after I've gone, then I haven't done my job as his mother. So that's what I have to do.
all right, look, have a seat. I'm going to get you some literature on the facilities available for cases like Robert's.
No, I don't want that.
Just look at it, all right? You don't have to make any decisions. It might even ease your mind. Will you just look at it?
All right. I'll have a look, but that's all.
Good. Now, thank you, and have a seat, and I'll be right back.
I'm not going to look at you this time, God, because I can't. I can't look at you in the eye anymore. Not after this, I can't. How could you do this? How can you call yourself a benevolent God and do something like this? You know, it was bad enough what you did to him on that lake. That was bad enough. But I accepted it because I thought you had a plan for him. Everybody said, God has a plan for everything. God has a plan. Well, I'm afraid I'm missing the point of that plan. Leaving my son all alone in this world? You should be ashamed of yourself. That is more than I can forgive. No, God, I'm afraid I have no feeling left for you. In this broken down heart of mine, I have no faith. I have no love. In fact, this may be the last time we ever speak. I hope you understand. Goodbye, God.
Oh boy, Dagwood, you are such a loser.
Toast again, Robert? What happened to the cornflakes? You haven't had cornflakes for a week now.
There's too much iron.
What?
There's too much iron in cornflakes. They were slowing me down.
Oh.
Hey, Mom, why are all the people in the comic strips a bunch of fuck-ups? In the comic strips, you got Dagwood Bumstead, Beetle Bailey, Charlie Brown. Why are they all a bunch of fuck-ups?
Robert! I heard what you said, and we don't use that kind of language in this home. I've told you that before.
Have you?
Yes, dear.
Oh. So, why are they?
Well, if they were just ordinary people doing ordinary things, they wouldn't be funny now, would they?
I guess not. Do we lead ordinary lives?
Well, ordinary enough, I guess. There's certainly nothing funny about them.
How are you feeling this morning?
I feel a bit better. I think the doctor's medication is starting to work.
So, you're not tired?
Well, a little bit, but not too bad.
That's good, because tonight's cribbage night. And you don't play cribbage when you're tired. And we have to call Marianne to tell her not to come all the way over here for nothing.
That's right. And why do I do that?
Because it's courteous.
Exactly. Funny you should remember that, and you don't remember not to use the F word.
Yeah, funny.
Now finish up and I'll get your lunch. Do you know what time it is?
7:57.
And do you know what time your bus comes?
8:10.
How long walk is it to the bus stop?
6 minutes.
So how much time do you have?
7 minutes.
That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
7 minutes is right.
Yeah, it sure is.
Was that a guess?
Nope.
Wasn't a guess?
Nope. Holly showed me a trick.
Holly, the woman from the bus stop?
Holly's a teacher, and she showed me how to add and subtract by using a trick.
I thought she worked in a sports store.
She does, but she's really a teacher.
Oh. So what's the trick?
Oh, what trick?
The one that Holly taught you to add and subtract.
Oh, well, she showed me how to picture all numbers. Not as numbers, but as things that I like. Things that I wouldn't want to lose. So I picture them all as dogs.
Dogs?
Mm-hmm. Like, if I have 20 dogs, and say 8 dogs run away, I've got like 12 dogs left.
Dogs.
Mm-hmm. And there's too much zinc, too.
What?
In the cornflakes, there's too much zinc.
Oh. So you like this Holly, do you?
Yeah, sure, she's nice.
How old is she?
I don't know.
Is she about your age?
Maybe. Maybe younger. Do you want me to ask her?
No, dear. You should never ask a woman how old she is.
Why not?
Because you'd force her to lie. And lying isn't good. So she's a teacher, is she?
Uh-huh.
Is she married?
I don't know. Oh, can we have popcorn tonight for cribbage?
No, dear. Popcorn gives Marianne terrible gas. Oh, stop that. Now finish up and I'll go get your lunch. You've only got 6 minutes.
Gas.